240 days. Sweet, fancy Moses. 240 days until Election Day. That means 240 days with new polls telling us how Americans are planning to vote and how they see the biggest issues of the day. So how do you survive the avalanche of data coming our way? It's time to break it down. Okay, so let's look at this fascinating, interesting poll that was done coming out of the North Carolina Republican primary. Do you think Nikki Haley has the physical and mental health needed to serve as president of the United States? Is it possible that Nikki Haley, who seems quite spry, she seems like she's really quite able and nimble, that large a percentage of people think that Nikki Haley is not fit to serve in office? Well, look at this next graphic, and you'll see why that number looked like that. And by the way, do they really think that Donald Trump is that much more physically and mentally acute than Nikki Haley? Is that really possible that people think that way? Well, look at this. This will explain it all. Oh, that's why. That's why, because Donald Trump clobbered Nikki Haley in North Carolina. That's an exit poll. And exit polls are only polling people who are voting. And in this survey, you were only surveying people voting in the Republican primary in North Carolina, of which 73.8% voted for Donald Trump. So for that 73.8%, whatever you would have asked about Nikki Haley, if they would have asked, does Nikki Haley have horns and maybe Beelzebub? Yep, I think that sounds right, because they are reverse engineering their answer. Okay, let's see the next graphic. Let's see the next fabulous graphic. Over this year, you are going to see a lot of polling. You're going to see a lot of discussion about polling. You're going to hear a lot of falderall around this. And we're going to use a lot of polls right here. So I wanted to take this opportunity of that survey that got a lot of attention to talk to you about how we think about polling and how we use it. Polls, interestingly, did pretty well in predicting the outcomes of the 2022 and 2020 elections. We actually fixed a lot of what was wrong inside polling. But when it comes to assessing how people feel about issues and what people want, we are still a long way from, well, and we'll probably never really get there. I give you this example. Look at this. Look at this example. Okay, do you support Medicare for all? This was Kaiser Family Foundation, which does really good polling on healthcare issues. 56% of people support Medicare for all. Okay, cool. That seems like a lot of people support Medicare for all. But wait a minute. Is there more to this story? Let's see what happens when we prompt them differently. If it would guarantee health insurance is right, why support even goes up. People like health insurance, as it turns out. Must be that Americans overwhelmingly support Medicare for all. But look at this. Here you go. Oh, wait a minute. When you tell them that it will cause their taxes to go up, only 26% of people support Medicare for all. Not to say that those polls are wrong, and not to say anything like that, only to say to you, gentle viewers, that use caution. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.